Well, hello there, Facebook viewers. Welcome to another episode of Ramblings Live. As always, thank you for tuning in. And like I always say, we do have a really great episode ahead of us. So if you're tuning in, hang out with us and make sure to ask your questions within the chat. It's a really great way to interact with our guests and get maybe some questions you have on the tip of your brain answered right away. Along with questions in the chat, I want you to type in your favorite extracurricular activity you did while you were at Westchester. I can safely say my favorite activity was being one of the anchors for WC Weekly. Got to learn so much about Westchester, but go ahead, share what you did during your 4 years, 5 years, 6 years at college, and you might even win a chance. You might get a chance to win a little Westchester swag. Ugh, I love me some Westchester swag. Got some actually last week. Well, anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get to the star of the show. We have a big lister in the house today. We have Frank Zanin. He is the assistant general manager for the Knicks. That's a big...
The Knicks.
The Knicks. What did I say?
You said the Nets.
No, I said the Knicks. It's that Delco accent. It makes me sound really, I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllables, but I said the Knicks. I promise. I have it listed. How are you, Frank?
I'm great. Thank you.
How is everything?
It's going well. I mean, it's fun times. It's a busy part of the year, but everything's going great.
That's good. Now, where are you in the height of the season? Are you in the middle? Are you closer to the end? I always mess up my basketball seasons.
We have about 24 games remaining in the season, so
wow.
We're trending towards the end of the season.
Oh, nice. So, now, where are you in the world right now?
I live in Westchester County, New York. So we moved up here in June. So, not the Westchester, but a Westchester.
Which one's better? The one with the space or the one without the space?
Well, I'm from the one with the space, of course.
Yeah, that's how I was like it. All right, so let's kind of get let's get down into the details. Let's get a little bit more about you. You said you were from Westchester originally, correct?
Newtown Square, so close to about 15
cool.
away. Yeah.
I'm from Broomall, the Delco accent. You'll hear it come out.
You go to Marple?
No, I went to O'Hara. I was a Catholic schoolgirl.
Okay.
Did you go to Marple?
I went to Marple. I have some friends from O'Hara.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Now, real quick, we're going to get down a rabbit hole. But when did you graduate from Marple?
95.
Okay. I think you might have graduated with my cousin. She went to O'Hara at the time. Do you know any Dominicos?
The name is very familiar, yeah.
Yeah. They were the football coaches too at the time. So that might anyway, let's get back to Westchester. So when you were kind of getting ready to look for college, what made you think to just go down the pike and check out Westchester University?
Two things. My dad went to Westchester.
Oh, nice.
He's alumni, and then my brother was at Westchester, so he's a year older than me. And having the opportunity to play 3 years of basketball with him was a major reason why I chose Westchester.
Oh, that's so fun. So the two of you still played in college, even when you were both there.
Yep.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that kind of goes to my next question. When you went to Westchester, you were involved within the basketball team the whole 4 years?
Yes. Yep. 4 years on the team. Great experience, great teammates, great coaches. So it was a lot of fun.
Now, what position did you play when you were over at Westchester?
I was a shooting guard.
Oh, nice. Okay, so is that when you're looking at the 5 people on the court? Is that the back two, right?
No, there would be the front.
Front two.
It depends how you look at it. So
I played basketball for 4 years in grade school, and all I knew was the center and the point guard. That's the only thing that registered in my mind. Okay, so you were the shooting guard. All right. So then, during your time outside of basketball, what was your major and minor at Westchester?
Major was business management. I didn't have a minor, so it was 4 years business management. Yeah.
What was your dream job when you entered college? Did you have one at the time?
At the time, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do when I got to school. But then while I was in there was a couple things that were interesting to me. I wanted potentially to be a sports agent. So I actually went and did an internship while I was in school to see if that's something I wanted to do. And then I wanted potentially to get into coaching as well. That was one thing. And that, in the beginning of my career, I was headed down that path, and then it kind of shifted at some point. So always sports, involved, and mainly basketball. So,
We have a lot of basketball royalty that comes out of Westchester University. I'm learning because while we were talking, you actually, if there's any binge watchers out there, you might have remembered Mark and Aaron. There's some referees on the court, but you actually went to school with Mark, correct?
Correct.
That's so crazy.
Same year, graduated the same year. Played 2 years of basketball with him. So
now, do you ever see him on the court when you're in business mode?
there are times. The good thing is like when we both have games at the same place, we'll be able to see each other kind of in like the back of the arena, catch up. So it's not, while he's running up and down the court and I'm sitting. So it's more like when we have some downtime in the back, we'll be able to bump into each other. And, there's times where I'll run into him at an airport. So, yeah, we cross paths quite a few times.
That's really cool. It makes Westchester feel even a little bit smaller and like the world a little bit smaller.
It's funny because I think had to be maybe 5 years ago. Westchester was in a playoff game and we were both in Minnesota and somebody from Westchester hit a buzzer beater to win the game. And I was like, we were like in the hallway together. And I'm like, did you see what happened? Like I was following the score. So it was pretty funny. We were at the same place when it happened.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. That's like a fun little moment that you can share together. Now, along with kind of being connected with Mark during your time at Westchester, was there a faculty member or maybe a coach or somebody on the team that was really influential to you getting to where you are now or just in your journey?
Well, all the coaches, Dick Delaney, Bernie, and then Jules, they were all great for me. There's lessons that I learned from all three of them while I was at Westchester that I carried to this day. In terms of professors, there was a business writing teacher, Professor Mike Pike, who I've stayed in contact with, and he's helped me at different points, whether it's resume building or writing my first letter to try and find a job, like those small things, who was really influential in helping me. And like, I never thought I would have to write as much, but every day I'm writing scouting reports or emails, and it goes back to what he taught me when I was in school and trying to sound professional when you write an email and just handle things the right way. So he was definitely somebody that was really influential, and I know he did a lot of great things at Westchester. I think he started a poetry foundation while he was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a really good one for me.
Professional writing is really hard, especially in emails, because sometimes you just want to get right to the point and keep it casual. He can't. No. So that's good.
No, I know. Appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Now, going back to your coaches, you said that there were some lessons that they shared. Is there one lesson that sticks out to you the most?
I mean, there's one thing that I've always remembered from Coach Delaney. It was like 15 minutes early is on time. So like anytime I'm, meeting people, I try to respect their time, get there 15 minutes early. So I never want to be the last person to anything, whether it's a meeting, a game, whatever it may be. Like always get to your places early. And be professional. So and the funny thing is, like, I'll get frustrated if other people don't follow that same. It's probably wrong, but it's like I was taught to be 15 minutes early. And
hey, I get that.
Yeah.
That's why we started this episode so well on time, because I was raised with on time is early, on time is late, early is on time, late is unacceptable. So I get that. Now, outside of the basketball team, were you involved in anything else at Westchester, or was basketball the sole? I mean, college sports is a time commitment.
It is. I mean, it's year round mainly. Like you obviously have your season, but in the off season, you're working out with your teammates. Doing unofficial practices and stuff like that. So it consumes a lot of the time. So I didn't really get involved in any other clubs or anything like that.
I mean, I give so many college athletes so much credit. It's like a full-time job on top of a full-time job of being a student. What was your favorite part about being a part of a college team?
I mean, when you first get to college, it's like a built-in friendship, right? Like
that's so true.
You get introduced to these 12 to 15 people right away. So you're not trying to hunt out your path and who you can, get to know. So you get to know your teammates. Obviously, you kind of gravitate towards maybe 3 or 4 of them that you become really good friends with. Helped me get a roommate. Like my roommate was a teammate, and to this day he's one of my closest friends. So it helps you just to navigate like some things that some students have a hard time navigating, and in terms of like what classes to pick, what what professors to go to, like those things are kind of already told to you when you get there, so it made things a lot easier.
I remember my first week as a freshman, I was so jealous of all of the sports teams that got to sit next to each other in the lunch, like the cafeteria. I was like, oh, they know where to sit. Like I have no idea where to sit. That's really.
I didn't know. They kind of just pulled me with them. So
hey, that sounds great. So, I mean, kind of jumping ahead to graduation, when you were getting ready to graduate, where were you thinking of starting your career? Kind of walk us through the path of being a college graduate to now being an assistant manager for an NBA team.
Well, it was a different time, right? It was 1999, so emails weren't prevalent. I knew I wanted to stay involved in sports. So going back to business writing, I literally wrote a letter to every NBA team. Like I knew who, had certain roles in teams. I wrote over 30 letters, mailed them out, and I was fortunate. The one that got back to me was in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
There was actually somebody on the business side, not the basketball side, and her name was Laura Price. She's still with the Sixers today, still a really good friend. And she just reached out and said, hey, we have this summer internship. We basically go around the city and run clinics. And she's like, if you want to be a part of it, like you play basketball, it'll be easy transition for you. It's like running camps every day. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, doesn't pay anything. I didn't care. I was living at home. So went and did that all summer long. It ended. There was no job. Like, there's no job for you. But I had seen that there was some changes down in the basketball.
Oh, Frank, I think we lost your signal there for a bit. Let's give him a little bit. But if you're still tuning in and while we wait to get Frank back up, don't forget to plug in your questions and your comments in the chat for a chance to win. I know the marching band coming up, some Hot Tot Hopkins marching band. That's what he was involved in. Oh, what? Frank, you there? Oh, I think we lost him. Hot Tot, I want to know what instrument did you play? You were in the orchestra, fraternity for women in the field. That's awesome. I miss my college experience and being involved. Oh, cool. We got Marissa, the quad. I wrote for the quad. I only did one article, so that's really awesome. I would love to check that out. Oh, hey, Frank.
Sorry about that, my internet. But
you know what? That's what you get as for being early. You like run your signal out for too long.
So, no, at the end of my summer intern, I emailed to see if there's anything in basketball operations, and they had an internship in the video room.
Oh, cool.
And so another job that didn't pay anything, but I was living at home, so it didn't matter.
You do what you can.
It was the start of my career, and it was a great experience for me. And I did the job, worked hard, and at the end of the year, they offered me the full-time position. So that was kind of how I got started.
Now, I think you caught off just a little bit in the beginning, but the video room, was that for the Sixers too or for another team?
That was for the Sixers. That was for the coaching staff. So I got into basketball operations, which is where I wanted to be, and had the opportunity to work for some great coaches and learn a lot, and just really just sit and listen. Like, didn't need to say anything. I just wanted to soak it all in, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a really great learning opportunity just for your whole career. Like just kind of soak in all the knowledge and save it for when it's your turn to share it almost. So then now you got hired with the Sixers after that role. How long were you with the Sixers before you shifted to another team?
I was with the Sixers for 9 years.
Oh, wow.
And did video for 4, then did some advanced scouting, which is game preparation for the coaches, and then shifted to personnel scouting. After that. So, and then from there went to the New Jersey / Brooklyn Nets, and was.
I wasn't technically wrong if I pronounced it wrong in the beginning. I did say Knicks, but it's like I knew you worked for the Nets.
Yes. So I I was there for a while. Then I went to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then now
Oh, wow.
the New York Knicks.
The Knicks.
Yes.
What was it like going from cities to Oklahoma City? Was that
I
like
actually did not have to move,
oh,
which was a
that's good.
bonus. They allowed me to stay in. I moved back to Philadelphia, lived in Philly, and worked remotely as a scout. So it was a lot of travel, but I didn't have to be in Oklahoma.
That's kind of nice because
Yeah.
then you just get to stay home. Now, here's a question I always had for people who worked in sports: is it hard to work for a team that wasn't the team that you rooted for as a kid growing up? Does that ever get hard?
It does. I mean, I got to work for the Sixers, so
That's true.
I rooted for them, and then you learn to move on and root for the team that employs you.
True.
It's a little different. Like I never, the fact that I got to have gotten to work for both New York-based teams is interesting, especially being from Philadelphia area. But you know, every city is different, every opportunity is great, and you learn to, because you put so much into the team you're working for, it's easy to root for those teams.
That's true. That makes sense. I just thought, as a kid, that always used to like bum me out. I was like, he's not from Philly, but he's playing for us. So you're now the assistant general manager. What does that role really entail? Like, what's your day to day? What's your week to week? What's it like?
As the assistant GM, I basically my focus is on pro personnel. So it's a lot. I have a group of scouts that I work with. There's four of them, and myself. We travel a lot. I mean, my week, depending on what my schedule is, I could be out away from home for 5 straight days, going to a different game every day. And then when I'm back in the office, it's, doing Zooms with my scouts, meeting with, our strategy department about what we're going to be doing, in the next month, and going to our games, being around the team and kind of getting a feel for what's going on with our team. So those are some of the things I deal with.
Wow. How's the traveling? Is that tough? Or
It is at times. You get the weather delays, you get the crowded planes, especially like coming back from, this, a year ago, I wasn't traveling because of the pandemic. And now to go back to traveling it was interesting to start up again. I used to being home, but I enjoy going to different cities and seeing different things, and just you try to take in as much as you can. Like there's some cities I would never go to. I wouldn't have thought about going on my own, but because work forces me to go there, you find out that they're really nice cities. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity to like travel. Not many people get that, so that's awesome. Now, when you're scouting. This is just are you scouting already professional players? Are you scouting colleges? A mixture of both?
I've done both. For this specific role I'm in now, it's mainly already professional players. So it's guys that we could potentially sign as free agents or trade for, or bring into our G League team. So different, for different roles.
That's fun. That's kind of cool too, that you get to like go see basketball games.
Yeah.
For somebody who loves basketball, your job is to just watch I mean, there's more to it, but you get to just watch some basketball.
I'm very lucky and fortunate. I know a lot of people dream of this job, so I don't take it for granted at all.
Oh yeah. If you could tell college freshman version Frank, what would you tell him?
Wow, you didn't prepare me for that question.
I asked the hard hitting questions.
Just to enjoy it, like never look at it as a job. There was a phase my first year when I was interning where, it was a Saturday. I had to go in to work for like 9 hours, and I wasn't really happy about it. My dad said, like, listen, there's a million people would love the opportunity you're getting. So shut up and go do the job, basically.
I like that. That could be a shirt.
Yeah, it was the best advice I ever got. Like, you go do the job. Like, you love it. It's what you want to do. Like, yeah, there's some sacrifices that you're gonna have to make, but it'll be worth it in the end.
That's good advice. That's good advice for a freshman Frank.
Mm-hmm.
So looking back on your college experience, what would you say is your favorite Westchester University memory?
That's a tough one. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the basketball team. I mean, the group of guys that I got, playing 3 years with my brother was a great experience. I mean, you can't, not a lot of people can say they did that. Um, we made the NCAA tournament my senior year, which was a lot of fun. But it's really about the relationships, like those are the things that mean the most. Whether it's teammates or other students like that have lasted a long time, those are the things that you always carry with you.
Now, when you and your brother played together, did you have a fun brother nickname? I feel like there's so much stuff you can do with your last name.
No, I mean we didn't have a nickname. Nobody ever thought of one. It's probably probably missed out on that opportunity.
Yeah. I feel like there's so much you could do with a Z and a Zanin and brothers. I don't know. Now I'm going to be thinking about that all day. What makes you proud to be an alumni of Westchester?
Just the growth of the university, the community. Like one of my friends from kindergarten, actually, that we went through high school together. He works at the university, and he's he's helped build a new building, right in the center of campus.
Yeah, a big one.
Yes,
it's beautiful,
amazing, and to see like the university really take off and grow it's something to be proud of. Like that, it's not just the same as it was when I was there, and then the people there. Like that's what makes Westchester so special. Is I was telling you prior to this that when I was there was a woman, Miss Betty, that worked at the cafeteria, took care of all of us, and stayed in touch with her post college. And unfortunately, she passed. But like it's people like that make the university. It's not the buildings. It's the people that put so much time and energy into it, and that's what's special about Westchester for me.
I agree. It kind of actually made me a little emotional when you were talking about it, because there are just so many great people there that really connect with you and can have an insane impact on your life when it's a crucial 4 years of your life. So, Miss Betty, I remember her too. And then for kids who are graduating, it's only February, but summer's going to be here before you know it. Do you have any advice for either graduates that just graduated in December or these new guys coming out in the summer?
I mean, find what you're passionate about, and try to find a profession in that passion. The one thing that I kind of dealing with younger people that are just starting out now, it's interesting. A lot of them want like constant promotion, and I would say like a lot of the jobs that I've done, I've had to do them for 4 or 5 years, get really good at them, and then move up, hopefully. And sometimes you have to take a step back. Like that's just reality. Like, but you can't give up on your dream. Like I had taken a couple steps back throughout my career, but then you just gotta get in the right situation and move forward. And I would say, I've learned a lot about this thing, like delayed gratification, and it's putting the work in today, and you might not see it for a little bit, a little down the line, but when you do see it, it makes it all that much more special. So just put the work in, listen to the people that have been there, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned.
I like the delayed gratification. I think that's good for anybody, really, whether you're recently graduating or if you're in the middle of your career. You forget that it's going to take some time, and it's easy to get impatient after college.
Yes. Everybody thinks they could be the boss right away, and that's just not reality. Like there's a lot that goes into it.
You also don't want to be the boss right away. It's not as fun. No. You don't feel as empowered. Well, Frank, thank you so much for joining us. I know you have a busy schedule ahead of you. Where are you going? Where's next? Are you allowed to say where you're going?
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow I'm flying to Chicago for a game. The next day I'll fly to Washington for a game, then come home, see our team play, and then a couple days later go back out on another trip. So it's just kind of bouncing around. Yeah.
Well, happy and safe travels. Thank you for sneaking us in and all of it. We're very excited to have you be part of the Westchester alumni community and for sharing some inside secrets about the world of basketball today. Thanks so much, Frank.
Thank you for having me, and I really enjoyed my time doing this.
Awesome. And I knew you were a Newtown Square kid. I could tell by your accent too.
I don't know if I have the Delco accent.
No, I haven't. But there was something Newtown Square-y about you. I just had to get to it.
I started in Broome Mall and then moved to the Newtown Square. So.
Oh, nice. There you go. See, small world. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to log your comments in the comment section, and you might just get a chance to win some Westchester swag. Happy almost spring, everybody. We're almost there. It's like 60 here. So we're getting close.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.